Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to create a card using the Thinlits Colorize dies, and this is Tim Holtz Sizzix die set, and it's one of the new ones. I have shared them on my channel before. So I did ask people if they wanted to see me put one together from scratch, so that's what I'm going to do today. So the first thing you're going to need to do is keep your packaging, because that's going to give you an idea of the different layers that are in the actual die set. I mean, I'm going to get them all out and I'm going to show you how I go about sorting my dies with card and how I'm going to cut them. So this is all of them, all the dies. They have got a name on the back. So this one says Sizzix Flower Pink 1. So obviously it is the large pink flower. So what I do is get all my layers put together. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So this one, this flower, I think this one, yep, flower pink 3, so that's the third layer. I'm going to put all the layers together. And this one, I'm not going to actually forward anything, or I'm not going to speed it up. I'm just going to show you the process of how I go about doing these. Leaves and leaves, so these two together, that one as well. Then I've got this one, which is the brown leaves. So if you have a look here, is this bit here, so we know this one's got like this bean detail, which is this one. So I'm going to put that with that, and then again this is a similar shape, so these three go together. Then I've got this rosebud design here, which is this one. So buds yellow, this is another layer for here. This one, buds yellow, another layer for here. And if you want to skip some of the really tiny ones, you can do, but they do give those little tiny, you know, it almost gives you that dimensional look. So this one is flower pink 4, so this is another bit for the inside. This is another layer for the flower. So this tiny little slither that it cuts out is going to cut out these tiny little slithers that you can see layered on top of there. So I'm going to put that with that one. I think this is flower, so that's the center of that one. This looks like a bud. So yeah, so this one goes here. Actually, let me just double check that. Flower brown, so this actually goes on here. It's the little brown bit of the flower there. And then this tiny bit is again flower brown, so another bit for that. Excuse me. So I've got 4 main sections. Now for my flower, I can see on the picture there's like probably 3 or 4 different colors, including the brown bits. So I'm going to ignore the brown for just a second, and what I've got here to the side is loads of little pieces of paper that, you know, we just put to the side. In fact, there's more here to the side. So for my flower, I'm going to get some pink. So I've got these 4 shades of pink here, and I think I'm going to be using this peachy pink, maybe this pink to go with that one, and then maybe this as well. I'm not sure if I'll be using that, but I'll just put those together. Okay, so those are my pink layers. I am going to have some more brown layers, I've decided already, with these, so I can cut tiny brown piece from there. Okay, for there. So that's my flower papers sorted. For my leaves here is this one, so I think I need 2 colors. So I've got some greens here. Now I need to decide, do I want the thin bits in dark green, light green? You can choose whichever color way you want it. It's your card, your design. But what I want to do is actually add a bit of black for a striking, more of a striking background. And I think maybe I'll cut my layer out of either this or this. So I'll put them together for now. And then for this berry-like design, I want to probably add some brown for the branch, maybe this darker. No, actually I'm going to go with this brown here. Oh, I could actually use craft card, so that will, I'm just looking at all the colors here, if they're going to all go well together. So I'm going to either use one of these 2, and then for my actual berries, or whatever they are, I'm going to be using either this or maybe this. Let's just tear a bit of that. So yeah, I'll put these together. And then for the buds up here, I think this time I'll use this brown, and then I've got some yellow here, 2 different tones. In fact, I've got some cream as well here. So these are slightly different tones. I actually like more of the look of these 2 together with the dark and the contrast yellow. So I'm gonna just use these together. And the reason I'm just cutting them down, because I'm going to put them through my small die cutting machine. So these are for the rosebuds, that's sorted. These are for the large green leaves, so that's sorted. These I'm not 100% on which layer I'll be using for the berry, but I know it's going to be some of this, so that's sorted. And then my flower going to be mainly these colours, and I'm going to pinch a bit of brown from here to create the center of the flower if I want to add that extra layer. Okay, so that's that. And if you want to be a bit more organized, you can put your layers on top of what you think you're going to be using them for. So I'll do that just to show you, if you're a beginner, you can organize your dies, especially because there's so many layers. It can be a bit daunting if you're like not used to these. Okay, so I've got all my layers. Keep your picture to the side for some guide. And now I'm going to get my little die cutting machine out. So I wanted to quickly show you as well what I'll be using. I'm using my Gemini Mini only because the largest die, probably this one, the longest and the widest, or even this one, they will fit through the Gemini Mini. So I've got this out, and it's really easy to use a machine like this where it's only one folder. You don't have to faff with different layers. So if you're got lots of layers to cut, I think easy cutting is the best way. And then if you want to put each layer together at one go, instead of cutting everything out then layering them up, all you're going to need is some adhesive. I use the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive because it's it dries clean, it's really quick grabbing. And then you can use a pair of scissors if you want to hold something down, or a pokey tool. So I've got these on hand to go, and so that's what I'm going to be using, and I'll get started cutting. And I think I'll start with the flower first. So now that I've got these layers cut from the rose, like I've shown you, there are some embossed lines. I'm just going to show you a bit closer up. So do you see those embossed lines? They are there to give you a guide to where to put these die cuts, which makes it super easy. So that's what I'm going to do now. So that's my rose done, and you saw what I did there. I didn't like these little brown bits that I cut out. I think it just looked a bit not in the right place with that colour, so I just pulled out a tiny bit of purple again from a tiny bit of paper. And the last thing I'm going to do, this part you can miss, I did miss it on my first cards, is you can see how distressed it looks, but to make it look like there's a shadow behind, I've got some Dusty Concord ink here in the Distress Oxide, and I'm just gonna get a tiny bit of ink and I'm just gonna put it around the edge, and that is gonna give it almost like a shadowed 3D look. So that's all I'm gonna do, and that is gonna finish my flower off. Just add a tiny bit around here, and you can see straight away it looks like a bit more fuller with a bit of shadow behind there. So now what I'm going to do is cut them other pieces and stick those layers together. Okay, so here are all my layers. I'm just going to zoom out and get them all in. So the berries, the bud, the rose and the green leaves, and they came out really cute actually. And you saw it's not difficult at all, and you don't have to use like colors that coordinate. You can use totally contrasting colors. I think that's the beauty of these. So what I'm going to do now is just prep a card and we'll put a quick card together.